Okay, I think that's good. All right. Hello, everybody. I am, I'm Dagenham, but this is the Flutter of Cats channel. I'm doing a Twitch bot to those of you who might be watching and been on this episode. I am at the moment thinking that today I'm going to be doing a review and design of the Raffle system. I kind of want to break it up so that I have manageable chunks that I can come in and work for an hour on, and then complete those sections one at a time. It'll probably only take a session or two to really manage. But I've had a long day, so I just want to get it designed today. I'm hoping that only takes, anything, it'll probably take half an hour to 45 minutes minimum anyway, so I'm not really, I'm not really saving myself any time. I'm just kind of trying to streamline things, I guess. What am I looking for? Okay. So, excuse me. Everybody I know has a cold, which is annoying because it's becoming spring. There's a lot more light here, in case you couldn't tell. It is currently 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's bright out. It's fantastic. First weekday of the post clock change. Daylight savings time, that's the name of it. Okay. So I have a state that is saved for the bot up here called bot status. And I have this on message that fires every time someone sends a message in the channel. Okay. So I have these messages here, and then this one, I'm going to bump this one up just so I have them kind of grouped. From there to there. That. Okay. Save that real quick. Describe it. Okay. Quick question for somebody. Am I using PerkBot from CL__L? Yes, this is PerkBot. I think I have the link in my profile. If not, I can provide it. It should be PerkBot, though. Let me actually check that out. I do not. That is my mistake. But yeah, it is PerkBot. That's what's being used. I currently have... Now, this doesn't list the version. But yes, it is PerkBot. You can find that online, PIRC bot. It's available. It's free to use. It's been really good for me, at least. These are gamblings. Let's group this up too, because this is... Nope. Get the gamble with the gambling. Get the raffling with the raffling. Okay. Raffling with the raffle. I have to scan through this. Oh, nice. It's good. Great that you're doing a Twitch bot. It's really an IRC bot, which is really what all Twitch bots are. But these are great projects. PerkBot seems to be a really good library to connect to. At least it's been good for me. Stacking says, "I remember the stream. It's the Blue Jay guy." That's correct. This is Blue Jay. It's been a good program for me. I could try out Eclipse or IntelliJ. Those are the other ones. Other main ones, at least. But I'm going to stick with this for this project, at least, just so I don't have to worry about conversions or anything like that. But yes, this is Blue Jay. Okay, so I have in my onMessage function, which fires every time it detects a message being sent. This is the primary part of it. This is what actually changes the bot status from D, which is default, to to R, is Raffle. And then if it's currently in R and you do Raffle, and the owner of the channel does R again, or no, does Raffle again, it swaps it from R back to D. So using IntelliJ because you mentioned it the last time. Yeah, there's a bunch of really good IDEs. BlueJ is one, and seriously, don't worry about that not being your native language. You're doing great. BlueJ is one of them. There's Eclipse and IntelliJ. I think those are the three main ones. And if I'm not mistaken, the three of them, you can move code between the three of them without issue. But I kind of like to stick with one for a project. If I do another Java project, I'll probably swap to a different one. Just continue to play around with things. All right, so this is what actually starts and stops the Raffle. The only thing is I have to add something to clear out, not users, clear out viewers' tickets. What I need is a function that loops through every viewer in the viewer list, and anybody who has purchased tickets gets those tickets wiped out. So this is the main function that I'm going to end up commenting on today, just getting this set up. I might even just delete all this and all on. Let's do. There's the ticket cost. So the idea is the owner of the stream comes in and they type in Raffle, and then let's do 1 and 100. So you can buy 100 tickets. That's the total number of tickets you can buy, and they are 1 point each cost. Maybe it's better to reverse those. We'll worry about that later. But that sets it up. That sets up the status. Puts the bot into the right gear. Bot status goes to R, and then sets the ticket cost and it sets the ticket total. This I might have to rebuild, but I don't think I have to do much. Let's see. So go back to this. This does also prevent the owner of the stream from joining in the raffle, but that's probably a good idea anyway. That would be weird to me. The owner of the stream goes, I'm raffling off this game. Oh, look, I won. Kidding. Okay, so the owner of the stream can't join it. That's fine. If they want to join it, they can make a new account. Anybody that isn't the owner of the stream, and this will be a variable at some point. It's not yet. Then anybody else that is not the owner of the stream, if they type in raffle, and the bot is in the raffling status, and they give it more than one argument, prints out that they joined the raffle, and this is just a system message. It doesn't go to the channel. It gets the temporary tickets that they requested. It makes sure that that number is less than or equal to the total number of tickets they can buy, and it makes sure it's greater than 0. That way you don't get people putting in, I buy -5 tickets. Probably make sure it's an integer too, in all honesty. Let's check for integer ticket number. Although, if I'm not mistaken, parse int may cover. Parse int might take the number that someone enters in and convert it to a full int. Instead of, so if you give it, I want 34.2 tickets, it just goes, no, you're getting 34. Question from Jared314. Are you planning on using Maven or something to handle dependencies? I'm actually not sure what that is. I haven't heard that before. Here. Maven Java. It's still set to Yahoo? Son of a bitch. Yahoo. Maven Java. Is that just a repository? Apache Maven? Oh, I've got I mean, if this is to hold the code so people can see it, I've got it a GitHub set up, and it should be in the profile. You should be able to check below for that. And fix Firefox at some point. Okay, so build and dependency management tool. This is simple enough that I don't really need it. You know, I don't think, at least. I mean, I haven't had any issues so far. I can include everything once I compile everything and get everything in the, I think it's .class format, or is it .jar? Been a while. Once I get it all into a compiled status, I can take it as a small cluster of files, and then offer it. And then I think I can even convert it into an executable, so people can use it on Windows, or just offer the Java files or the jar files they might be to let people, you know, run it on any system instead of just on Windows. Someone's scraping a fork on a plate. Yeah, Signa's eating her dinner, so sorry about that. She apologizes too if you can't hear. You're probably only hearing that because I'm talking and it's loud enough that you can hear it. Okay. So this gets the temporary tickets that they buy. Really just that. I'm really just doing this to force it to parse. Then this creates a temporary viewer. This finds the viewer in the viewer list. And then this runs the function on them to actually buy the tickets. Now, my thought that I had while driving home, I need to convert function to return how many tickets were purchased. My thought here is that, let's say someone comes in and says, well, okay, you've got a maximum of 100 tickets. Let's use that because it's a nice. Someone comes in and says, I'm going to buy 50 tickets. If they don't have the points to buy 50 tickets, this function, the buy tickets function, should return how many tickets they can buy so that we know how many tickets have been purchased in the system. Because what's going to happen is, to convert the function to return how many tickets are purchased, and then add to total tickets purchased. Just see that very well. So my thought, if I can phrase this right, my thought is to have a total count of tickets that have been purchased, and I think I have that ticket total here. Then what this will do, this function here, well, part of the function there, will do is when the end is called, it takes the total number of tickets, it generates a number between 1 and the total, and then it starts looking through users to see who has that ticket, basically. Yeah, sounds right. That's our, you can see her back there. That's our little orange cat. Have you considered converting each of those commands into individual objects and next states, state machine style? I'm not sure if you already mentioned this. I actually considered turning the Raffle into a class so that you instantiate a Raffle. But my worry there is that it's kind of overcomplicating it, because then I have to pass a lot of information to it, grab a lot of information back, and I'm not going to be using it anywhere else. So it's kind of, it seems unnecessary to me. Like I see what it's saying, and that's probably technically correct, but it's an unnecessary set of steps to get this to function, because this is all a relatively simple system, if I'm not mistaken. I don't like Blue Jay's color scheme. It's confusing me sometimes. Look at the code. It's a personal thing, really. I actually really like the way it colors things, because it puts each indent in a separate color, which really makes it stick out a lot. Okay, so Raffle gets closed. select winning ticket, random number from 1 to total, loop through ticket ticket owners. Let's just make this simple. Loop through ticket owners and to find winning ticket holder. Announce winner. Close raffle, which is going to be down there. Okay, so you've got 500 tickets purchased, and you've got 5 people that each purchased 100 tickets. Just go easy with it. And it picks number 234. Person 1, it would effectively own from tickets from 1 to 100. Person 2 would own from 101 to 200. Person 3 would own 201 to 300, and so forth. So if it were to pick 215, that would go to person 3. And again, it would get more complicated as people buy different amounts, but what will happen is I'll have a list of viewers that join. I need add user to list with how many tickets they purchased. It'll take the person plus how many tickets they purchased, and it'll add them to the list. When it comes back around, looping through, it'll say, okay, this person purchased 100 tickets. Here they are on the list, and when it comes back around with the random number, it'll start subtracting out all of the tickets until it gets down to 0. Once it gets down to 0, it knows it's found the winner. Okay, loop through ticket center to find winning ticket holder, and then subtract how many tickets each user purchased. Announce winner. When number goes beneath or is equal or beneath. So to use, let's actually draw this out real quick. User 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5. Everybody bought 100 tickets. So 1 to 100. 101. Oh no, I'm so good at numbers. 200. Let me just pad this out just so it looks nice and even. Keep hitting it. 201 to 300. And 301 to 400, and then 401 to 500. And this is effectively what the numbers they would have. They obviously only have what's actually stored for all of them is just 100. But when the system comes through, it'll go random 1 to 500, and this would be inclusive, of course. You need to make sure it can pick 1 or 500, not 1 to 499 and not 0 to 499, although with 0 to 499 you can always just add 1. So it picks a random number from 1 to 500. So if it picked, let's do 115. If it picked 115, that would be user 2, because they have that ticket. If it were to pick 345, that would be user 4, because they have all those. And the way you can do that is that you have, well, let's just use 115 because it's easier. You have 115, you come to user 1, and they have 100 tickets. So you subtract that out. Then you come to the next number, they have 100 tickets, but you've only got 15 left. Subtract 100 from 100 from 15, you get negative 85, and you get it. Syntax error, user 0 not found. Oh, yeah, over and under stepping arrays. It's a list. There's no... I'm not really worried about indexes in this case. If this were an array, you'd be right. But it's a list, and I'm using... I built my own equals function, so I can actually search the array with the get function. So it just picks it out. Oh, shoot. I loop through a list sequentially. I think so. It's been a while. Loop through ticket owners sequentially. I might have to rethink this. But this is a good start because I'm getting this is when I try and map this out ahead of time because this is complicated enough that I don't want to have to figure this out as I'm going through it. I want this to be as logically laid out as possible so when I come back through to actually make this, it's little things I need to worry about, not the bigger picture. All right, let's go through all this again. This is set up. That's done. I should probably announce this to the stream instead, which add that to here. Add message to message queue. All right. As the stream owner, I type in !Raffle. Bot sends out a message saying Raffle opened. Minimum tickets, not minimum tickets. Minimum. No. Okay. You can buy X tickets for Y points each. Go. Something along those lines. That's this part. Then, this is the part that kind of takes over. And users can type in !Raffle plus a number. And it will buy as many tickets as it can, up to the number that they've said. But if they say 50 and they can only buy 30, it'll buy 30. It's got to return that, so I have to change this function here. I might do first. I might do that now. But anyway, this is the function to buy tickets, which I don't need to know that anymore. Let's just, I don't know if I need to, but add confirmation message to queue. Let's put that in there. Might help. In bigger streams, that'd probably be a burden because having like 50 users join at once, and it's got to now loop through that, and that delays out all the other messages. So this is probably not worth it. But anyway, think about it some more. Check for integer tickets number. Parse int may cover. I think parse int does. We'll verify that some other time though. And that's to make sure people don't give you partial ticket numbers. Nobody needs to buy 0.5 tickets. Or no one should be allowed to buy 0.5 tickets. This is an input checking from your users. This is just to verify that someone is trying to buy a ticket value that is greater than 0 and is what the hell, there's no good, doesn't do you any good to buy 0 tickets, and less than or equal to the total number of tickets that you can buy. I guess I could add in, I don't know, I'm debating on this too. It's set user ticket purchase to max if overstepped. If they say I want 200 tickets, but they can only buy 100, do I make this intelligent enough to just go, I get 100? Or do I just stop it and say, you can't, come on. Like, what kind of response should the system have? Should it be smart enough to handle that? And it probably should. But anyway, If it's in between that, finds that it creates a temporary user with the name. It then finds that user in the viewer list, which I should. Oh no, I do that already. Right, let me check something. I want to make sure I'm adding this user. Yes, this.add user. That adds the user to the viewer list if they aren't already in there. So that's important because you don't want to do a find on them if they aren't in there. I lost my place. Okay. This creates a temporary user. This finds that temporary user in the list and returns that user. You can run things on it. And then this is the function that buys the tickets. And then we're going to have a separate list. I always find a way to flag stuff underneath my feet. I can always find a way to flag them in the viewer list. That might be add user to list or flag them in user list with how many tickets they purchased. I think I might actually even have this. It's been too long since I've looked at this code, even though I reviewed it last week. All right. I might have done. I might have this all set up and basically prepared at this point. Twitch viewer. Here we go. Get points. Subtract points.